Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Just give me he's a cutie.
Superman.
Oh boy, stop it.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
it's
might.
a lot of
it's
fire,
it's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe.
I love the way the
In
film is
effect,
shot.
You illegally entered a
Like
country.
the colors
This is how you're
pop,
gonna be?
certain ones are
Not the
muted.
one
He's
being
always like
interviewed,
bright.
Superman?
I
As
love
they
that.
should be.
Yep.
Did you consult with the president?
Lex looks like
No.
a total jerk.
Seemingly acting as a
I know.
representative.
I love that
of
actor, but he looks
organizations
terrible without
that
hair.
solve problems around the world. Or
doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
Cool to see a guy help
Hey,
him
buddy.
up, you know.
Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?
Cutest little thing.
I know. All right.
I'm
So,
excited for it.
Like I said, I've seen this trailer. This is probably the
Same.
fourth time that I've seen it now.
Second for me.
Like every time I watch it, I get more excited for it. And I feel like it's like this is what we need. And the fact that Superman in this movie is not just he's not dry. he's a little bit emotional. He's a little bit animated, and the special effects I feel are spot on. The way that it's shot is spot on, and it's a different feel and a different vibe from Marvel movies. In that this one is more, it's like a comic book movie. Like it's a comic book brought to life, I should say, and they do forego some of the realism for the aesthetic of an actual comic book. And I dig that. I think that there needs to be a tonal difference between the stuff that DC does and the stuff that Marvel does. That doesn't necessarily mean that one of them is good and the other one isn't, but I think that you need to have that sort of difference between the two.
Agree.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I feel I want to watch it again and like just give a little bit of knowledge on some of the things I know. I don't know everything about it, like I said, but I know some of the things, and I can talk about a few of the different things that I saw. But yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Me too. I'm gonna go get our other one to bed.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, guys.
James, real quick. James says, this looks amazing. I think the characters look well fleshed out, and it goes into the more dilemma Superman has. 100%, man. 100%. That's exactly what this is about. And what happens is you have these people who, they can't just look at Superman as being a savior and someone to help them. They have to look at him as a, who is he for? who is he siding with? Is he American, or is he, he's an alien? Like, you see Lex saying that he's not a they, I think he said, or he said that he's an it or something like that. Like, he's saying he's less than human, and he's not relating to he is an alien, but he's an alien that shows a lot of humanity and is willing to help save the people on this planet. And obviously he's done it multiple times. So yeah, I'm gonna run through it a little bit. And then James says, plus, who doesn't hear the Superman thing and not get hyped? Yeah, man, I did. And I'm not even the biggest Superman fan. Like, I'm much more of a Marvel fan historically, as opposed to a DC fan historically. And this has me excited, man. I think James Gunn had an opportunity here to strike the exact right chord tonally for what this country needs right now, for what this world needs right now. And, I don't want to be all hyperbolic about it, but if this movie can hit the right tones and the right chords, man, it's going to be off to the races for this movie. And it could be huge, 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 bigger than just a regular Superman movie. And yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the tone. I love everything about it so far. But yeah, let's run through a little bit of it again, and I'll sort of pause it.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Now, I will say one of the things that gets me nervous is the Superman Lois relationship. I hope that it's not so like overblown and like a gigantic part of the movie. It can be part of the movie, and it should be part of the movie, but it should not be a huge, 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 huge part of the movie.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Cronkite, cheesy, a little bit cheesy, a little bit dated. That's a James Gunn type joke right there, because I guarantee you anybody under the age of 30 has no clue who Walter Cronkite is. I barely know who he is, and I'm like about to be 45.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for
I
what
know,
some
it's a
might.
lot of
It's
fire,
a
but-
lot.
Yeah, I love that shot too. Just, he's obviously been battling somebody and probably saved whatever city that they're in. And, then you got these other jerks over here throwing cans at him, booing him. And like, he's like, dude, I'm out here putting my life on the line for you guys. And you just look at it like it's nothing, and you don't appreciate it at all. I wonder if there's going to be a certain point in this where, he sort of takes that turn where he's going to be like, forget these people, man. Probably not. It's not really the Superman vibe, especially not in the first movie. We probably got to get 3 or 4 movies down the line before we get to the point where Superman starts to turn a little bit. Maybe we finally get another version of Black Suit Superman.
Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's fine.
Rick Flag singing
My
right there.
actions, I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally.
Superman can be good, but he should maybe not be too cocky. Maybe he's a little bit too cocky. I do love Lois in this movie, or at least in this trailer, I should say. I love her tone. I love that she is not going easy on him, even though obviously they're involved in a relationship already. She's not going easy on him one bit. So she's trying to uphold her integrity as a reporter.
Legally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
So my question is Lex the actual president in this movie? I've heard some people say that, but I don't know if that's actually been confirmed or not. If it is, let me know in the comments, because that would be cool to see, Lex have that level of power. Normally he's just like a giant corporate entity, but for him to actually be president in this movie, a nice change. I know that was in the comics, so it definitely has bases there, but that would be a nice change.
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will
anybody
cause
except
more
for me.
problems around the
And,
world.
and doing good.
I love that. He said, I work for me and doing good. Like, it's so cool when you have Superman, and people joke around and they say that he's the big Boy Scout or the big blue Boy Scout. That's what they say. Like, it's cool to see that happen. And it's cool to see that version of him coming off of the last set of DC Superman movies, where he was not always very Boy Scoutish. He was a little bit more angsty, a little bit more angry. And I mean, I liked that age at the time, but I also like this version too, where he's more so of, you know, has the positive energy, the positive spirit, and he is a symbol of hope, like the S on his chest. I love the theme playing here and sort of building.
Consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
I love this part too. Like you see one person coming over to like help him up, man. Like everybody else sitting on the sidelines, and he's doing it to help him out. Jason Fischel, hold on. I got something for you, my man. I got something for you.
What's up, buddy? Good to see ya.
Yeah, man. I like it so far too. I like it too. I was a little nervous about it, but I'm digging it.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
And the eyes up here, like, oh, it's, I know people were a little bit up in arms about that and didn't really like that as much, but if that fits his personality and his tone to be a little bit sort of you know, funny during these things, like, it'll be cool as long as it's not too much. James Gunn has a tendency to go over the top with the comedy though, and then to get super sophomoric and goofy with the humor. Like, I don't want it to go that far. It can delve a little bit into that, but yeah, not too far. Cool. Love Cosmo too.
Your choices. Your actions. That's what.
Yeah, that's always weird, that part. A few screens back, where they're like hugging and you got this like gigantic battle going on behind them. Like, it's a little bit odd, I think, to be, you know, taking time to hug and kind of semi make out with somebody when you got a gigantic alien invasion going on behind you. Maybe somebody else is fighting then.
That's what makes you who you are.
Yeah. I want to know more about him.
Man. He's not a man. He's an it. It's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
Love that. And you had Green Lantern, Hawk Girl in the background there. And I think his name is like Mr. Wonderful, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, I don't know as much about my DC stuff as I do my Marvel stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And like I said, very, very comic book like, especially when you see Green Lantern's powers later on. Like, I like it.
I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots.
They are fitting a lot of characters in this too. Yeah, love that. Love that. And like, you know, honestly, Green Lantern type powers can be a little bit cheesy in that, you know, you can sort of make your ring do anything and make any sort of form out of your ring. And that can come across as kind of cheesy, honestly. But I think it looks cool in here. And especially having Nathan Fillion playing this version of Green Lantern, who's kind of a jerk, kind of a butt. And for him for them to show him, first off, with the blonde hair, you know, he's walking over there. And this is obviously during the scene where they were fighting the war, where Superman is there. You got a Green Lantern there. Like, it's going to be cool to see all these characters sort of interacting in the same sort of playground this quick into whatever this cinematic universe is going to be. But yeah, for him to just go and like, that's the power. Like, oh man, that's kind of cool. Not gonna lie, kind of cool. Yeah, I hope we don't get too much of the, selfie girl, like that type of stuff. But I mean, honestly, if something like that was really happening, somebody probably would be doing that in the background. So maybe I don't want to believe it or understand it like that. But yeah, man, it's probably legit. I just don't want too much of that. And I hope Lex is, like actually menacing in this movie as opposed to just being smarmy, just being a jerk. Like I want to see him be menacing. I want to see him be ruthless. Sort of like what we saw in the Justice League animated series. Like I want to see that version of Lex, not necessarily one that's just sort of, slimy. Like I don't want that. And not too much smoochy love story with Lois. I think I said that before too, but yeah, don't want to see too much of that. Yep, I'm sold. Can't wait till the reviews roll out. I think this is a movie that you will definitely need to see in the theaters. I know a lot of times people have the ability to check out stuff like this online, and it might not look as crisp and clear, but I think I really want to see this. I think it'll be good. Probably be really good to see in IMAX too. Maybe some good D-box seats that shake. So yeah, man, I think it'll be cool. But yeah, what do you think? Please drop your comments below. Jason says, I think they're calling the universe the DCTT. Third try. Yeah, from what I heard, initially it was like the DCEU, I think it was, and then it went to DCU. But yeah, DCTT being next would not shock me. But yeah, it definitely is the third go around for this. I'm relatively confident that James Gunn can do a good job with singular movies. I don't know how good he's going to be running an entire cinematic universe. I also know that James Gunn can kind of be very high on James Gunn. And I think you need to have some levels of confidence, but I hope he still has a good pulse of what people want to see. So, yeah, excited to see this one, man. Excited to see this one.